Okay, you've probably heard the buzz around what's next in AI, and one name keeps popping up: Gemini 3.0. But what is it, really? Is this just another incremental update, or are we on the verge of something completely different? Well, let's decode the signals together and figure it out.
So first things first, this is happening. Google is full steam ahead developing its next flagship AI. And we're not just talking about a small tune-up. This is being positioned as a huge leap forward, with the goal of getting it out there before the end of 2025.
And you really got to pay attention to the words Google is using here. They're not just calling it a better chatbot. The term AI agent, well, that signals a massive shift. It's a move toward an AI that doesn't just talk, it acts. It does things for you.
Which brings us to the big question we're tackling in this explainer. We're going to cut through the hype, look past the speculation, and focus on what the signals are actually telling us. Are we just looking at the next version, or is this the beginning of a whole new chapter for AI?
All right, so to really get to the bottom of this, we've got to separate what we know for sure from the, let's say, credible rumors. Let's start by laying out the confirmed facts versus what the industry insiders are hinting at.
Okay, so take a look at this. On the left, in the confirmed column, you've got the official stuff. Google's CEO targeting a release by the end of 2025, plus a heavy focus on security research. But now look to the right, at the rumors. This is where it gets really interesting. We're hearing whispers of major breakthroughs in how the AI reasons, and these massive 1 million plus token context windows. I mean, that would be an absolute game changer.
So, what's under the hood here? What's driving all these exciting rumors and ambitious goals? Well, the signals all seem to point to three key technological pillars that are really the engine behind this potential leap. Let's dig in.
It really boils down to these three things, the areas where Gemini 3.0 is expected to make its biggest splash. First, much more reliable reasoning. Second, a way deeper fusion of different kinds of data. And third, the ability to act as a true agent that can use digital tools. Let's break each one down.
First up, reasoning. We're kind of seeing the early stages of this already in models that can show their work. But for 3.0, the goal is to slash those hallucinations. You know, when the AI just confidently makes stuff up. It's about getting an answer you can actually trust, especially when the stakes are high in fields like science or law. Next is multimodal fusion, and this is way more than just handling different file types. It's about the AI understanding them all together in one single go. Imagine this. You ask an AI to watch a video, pull text from a document that's shown in that video, and then write a summary set to an audio clip you give it. All at once. That's exactly what DeepMind is talking about when they say they want AI to see the world more like we do.
And this brings us to the biggest shift of all, agentization. You can think of this as the moment AI finally gets a real job. It's the jump from being a passive assistant that just answers your questions to an active agent that takes a goal, figures out the steps, uses tools like your calendar or a search engine, and actually executes a plan. It's the difference between asking for a recipe and asking your AI to plan your meals for the week and then order all the groceries for you.
Okay, so we've covered the techie stuff, but what does this all mean for us in the real world? How does this shift from a simple chatbot to a true agent actually change things?
The way it's worked so far is pretty simple, right? We give the AI a prompt, it gives us something back. It's a tool for generation. A really powerful tool for sure, but it's fundamentally reactive. Gemini 3.0 is aiming to move us away from generate this text for me and get us to solve this problem for me. See the difference? It's a shift from a tool to a collaborator, an agent that can handle a complex task from start to finish.
And this just unlocks some absolutely incredible possibilities. For businesses, imagine an AI that reads an entire project folder, all the emails, spreadsheets, everything, and then generates a complete strategy with all the assets you need. For creators, it can mean coming up with video concepts, storyboards, and scripts from just a single idea. We are talking about a serious leap in what we can create and how fast we can do it.
So 2025 might feel a little ways off, but the path to launch is going to be full of clues. If you want to stay ahead of the game, what are the key signals you should be looking out for?
Think of this watch list as your guide. When you see new API documentation drop, that's a sign that developers are about to get their hands on it. When Google starts publishing benchmark results, it means they're feeling pretty confident about how it stacks up against the competition. And definitely keep an eye on those safety reports. That'll tell us how Google is handling the huge responsibility that comes with this kind of power.
So let's bring this all home. If Gemini 3.0 actually delivers on all these promises, it's not going to be just another player in the AI race. No, this would be a fundamental shift. We're talking about a model that can perceive and interact with the world in a much more human-like way. A true collaborator that can understand, reason, and, this is the key, execute.
And that leaves us with one last, really fascinating question. As we go from tools that answer us to agents that solve for us, are we watching the moment AI stops being something we use and starts becoming something we truly work with? The answer to that could redefine everything. Thanks for decoding Gemini 3.0 with me.